Let's freaking go, right? So I know what the big story is. Tom Brady's retiring. Huh? Kidding. We don't talk about Tom Brady on this channel. We're talking about the next great coach at LSU, none other than Brian Kelly, right? There's so much you can say and criticize Brian Kelly about. But guys and gals, this is something I don't get. Why is it so horrible that Brian Kelly dances horribly, right? It's great. You can't on one end of the spectrum say college football is great for its wackiness, and then at the same time say, I don't like Brian Kelly doing this, right? That's something you can't do, right? I don't care how cringe it looks. I don't care even if Brian Kelly wasn't landing elite recruits like he's done this first cycle. He's having fun, right? Isn't that what college football is supposed to be about, right? This is what I want to share with all of you as we welcome in Johnny, Danny Girl. Paris says you're starting too late. Well, the reason why I had to start late, Paris, is because me and Haley had to do an early Valentine's Day. I say right foot creep, walking with it. All the recruits. Look around, stay low, make sure they don't see. Catch some bad, walk down, face them with that heater. The devil under your feet, you're on your way to see me. Stress me when I can't sleep, bang on when I see you. Play with me, you can't sleep. We got into the seashore. You won't have no case where you range your shit soon as they face you. You won't have no. I say right foot creep, walking with that heater. Look around, stay low, make sure they don't see. Catch some bad, walk down, face them with that heater. The devil under your feet, you're on your way to see me. Stress me when I can't sleep, bang on when I see you. Play with me, you can't sleep. We got into the seashore. You won't have no case where you range your shit soon as they face you. You won't have no. I say right foot creep, walking with that heater. Look around, stay low, make sure they don't see. Catch some bad, walk down, face them with that heater. The devil under your feet, you're on your way to see me. Stress me when I can't sleep, bang on when I see you. Play with me, you can't sleep. We got into the seashore. You won't have no case where you range your shit soon as they face you. You won't have no. I say right foot creep, walking with that heater. Look around, stay low, make sure they don't see. Catch some bad, walk down, face them with that heater. The devil under your feet, you're on your way to see me. Stress me when I can't sleep, bang on when I see you. Play with me, you can't sleep. We got into the seashore. You won't have no case where you range your shit soon as they face you. You won't have no. I say right foot creep, walking with that heater. Look around, stay low, make sure they don't see. Catch some bad, walk down, face them with that heater. The devil under your feet, you're on your way to see me. Stress me when I can't sleep, bang on when I see you. Play with me, you can't sleep. We got into the seashore. You won't have no case where you range your shit soon as they face you. You won't have no. I say right foot creep, walking with that heater. Look around, stay low, make sure they don't see. Catch some bad, walk down, face them with that heater. The devil under your feet, you're on your way to see me. Stress me when I can't sleep, bang on when I see you. Play with me, you can't sleep. I had no idea that the music was playing. I didn't know it was playing. I did not know that it was actually playing the music, so I got demonetized. I didn't know that the video, I didn't know that the actual music was playing in the background. I'm sorry about that. So I apologize. I honestly had no idea that the music was playing. That's my fault. But once again, who cares? It's a better song. I'm probably going to get a notification from YouTube. You're stealing music. We're going to have to take your entire license away. So I'm sorry about that. I didn't know the music was still playing. I thought I'd muted it. So I apologize. But still, what I was saying, though, at least I'm happy that Brian Kelly is trying. At least you got to hear the Gritty, right? That song is better than my live stream anyway. A young boy. What's up, Roman? I-10 Roman's in this thing tonight. Once again, I apologize for that. So once again, no. I didn't know that the music was playing. I don't wear headphones for this unless I have a guest. So once again, if you don't like NBA YoungBoy, not necessarily my cup of tea, even though I am really excited about the halftime show here about 48 hours from now. More, not 48 hours. Tomorrow's championship Sunday. But a few weeks from now, I'm really excited to see, the legends, right? Dre, M, Mary J. Blige, Snoop Dogg. So it's pretty crazy. Thank you, Fred. Looking fly tonight. I'm rocking the Liverpool gear tonight. Gotta love it, man. So obviously, this is an open discussion. We're starting it a little bit later because we're doing Valentine's Day early here for a lot that's coming up on this channel. So yeah, what's up, Gillespie? Good to see you. So once again, super chat your question. We'll go straight to it. Yeah, Jason, this is true. Okay, so let's put it this way. Okay, we're actually witnessing something pretty crazy here. Okay, this is the second consecutive coach that LSU has hired that has real haters, okay? Real doubters, people that do not like them, that do not believe in them, that do not believe it's going to work, right? You hear this term all the time that you hear people say this, that you have haters, right? That you have people that are trying to bring you down. And every single one of you have haters in your life. Whether or not you believe it, there's someone out there that hates your guts for no reason whatsoever. But Ed Orgeron this is a compliment. This is probably the biggest compliment that we don't give Ed Orgeron enough, that there weren't a lot of people that believed in him. There really weren't. There were more people that would say it is more likely that Ed Orgeron never gets to a college football playoff than it is for him to get to the college football playoff, right? Ed Orgeron had real haters. He had real doubters. Brian Kelly, the same thing. He's got real haters. This is a real comment right here. Very few people have real haters, right? Kind of like Will Anderson and Bryce Young last year when they said, oh, people doubted us. People didn't believe in us. Really? You're a 5-star recruit at Alabama with the greatest coach of all time. Everyone believed that Alabama was going to be really good last year. So when you hear people say, hey, I have haters, really in the grand scheme of things, do you? The same thing is true here, but Brian Kelly and Ed Orgeron both share that in common, right? There are really people out there that believe Brian Kelly will not do well at LSU. And it's a lot of because of what you're seeing now, right? And this is how I feel too, right? This is the overarching theme. I'm so tired of all the fools on Twitter. They act like it's a crime for a head coach to have some fun. This is exactly how I feel, right? Brian Kelly's not culturally appropriating a dance, right? He's not. You can go on TikTok and you can actually see that happening. He's not doing anything out of line, really. Okay. He's just being awkward and cringe on purpose. The irony hasn't fallen on him, right? So there you go. Welcome in, Brian. I believe LSU could finish with the top 10 class this cycle. Brian Kelly is going to crush it at LSU. The only other dance video was with Howard, who was committed. Is this a silent hint? Yeah, Danny, I think at this point, if Danny Lewis tweeted out that video, right? Danny Lewis is a smart guy, right? He knows that video is going to go wild, right? He's going to commit to LSU. If you do all of this and not commit to LSU and then go to Bama, what are you doing with your life? Really? Dylan, how are you feeling about our chances with these recruits? Let me know. Let me know which one you want me to talk about. I feel really good about all the Louisiana ones right now. Yeah, no, RD, I just got canceled, right? YouTube, I am probably going to get a long email from YouTube since the music did play for so long. I hope I don't lose my channel. This could be the last night of PHL as it is. Yeah, Pierce, I think a lot of Florida fans are going to be butthurt about LSU for a few reasons. The first is that a lot of Louisiana is moving to Florida to run their football program, right? So there's going to be a lot of Florida fans that are going to be like, okay, we're going to come dominate you in your turf. But really, Paris, the real reason that a lot of Florida fans are butthurt is, well, the fog game happened. The thrown shoe game happened. And that really was the beginning of the end, right? You know, the one thing they always say about Joe Burrow, right? It was his hit he took versus UCF that awoken the beast, right? While I do believe that to be somewhat true, I really do believe Florida's football program was broken by the thrown shoe. I really do think so. I actually do believe that. I don't think that is I don't just think it was a coincidence that the program disintegrated after that. I think it did have a huge psychological effect on their program. We tend to overrate one play and one game, but that game really had bad effects on that program. Most notably, I think it got to Dan Mullen's head too bad, right? So we'll see. What's up, Aaron? Good to see you. Let's say hi to Genesis. Hey, Mr. Carter, you're looking like a snake tonight, babe. Kiss face emoji. LSU Tigers, baby number one. Whoop, whoop. Genesis, I appreciate the compliment. I don't think I've ever been called a snake, right? I appreciate it. But once again, my shot, you can't shoot your shot at me. I am very much taken. Oh, Danny girl, straight up and down. People sleep on that, but they do it with everything. Now Zion, I think we're beneath them. Let's see. Louisiana is not up for grabs anymore. Everyone just wants to be a Tiger. Hey, Mr. Carter, you're looking like a snack tonight. My bad. Sugar, it's all good. I understand. I am a handsome devil of a man, right? It's Idris Elba and then me, right? People Magazine just sent me my email saying, Carter, did you know you finished second to Idris Elba in the People Magazine vote? And then you finished third behind Paul Rudd and Lil Boosie for this year. I'm kidding. But thank you. Yeah, me a snack. Perkins looks like he's having a blast at LSU. I don't know why he wouldn't come, baby. Let's go. Everyone wants to be a Tiger. Let's see. Oh, we want to talk some Mario Cristobal tonight. Let's do it. Let's see. Simply bonding and having a good time. I-10 Roman back in the chat. It's good to see you. It's good to see you not working. I know you work a lot Saturday nights driving trucks. It's good to see you just being able to chill and hang out. Coach O had real haters. It's true, right? He really did. Everyone could say that they have haters. Coach O had real doubters and haters, okay? If there's ever anyone that has had it as a coach and overcame it pretty quickly, it was him, okay? And Dabo to a certain degree, but, you know, Coach O was a laughing stock, and he proved a lot of people wrong. Tracy, good to see you. I know, Desmond. It's crazy, right? If Mick was in here, I don't think Mick's in here. Mick would happily shoot a shot at Genesis. The Prez is here. There you go, Prez. Good to see you. Oh, yeah. By the way, I did get some really good news today. I was able to go to a card show, and I was able to restock a bunch of LSU cards that we're going to be giving out on the channel with booger band orders and just randomly, and it's going to be a lot of fun, right? I picked up this one. I want you guys to see it right here. I'll be giving this one out to the next person that orders. This is a Brandon LaFell Silver Prism draft picks. I also picked up, I've been getting a lot of requests for Josh Reed cards in their booger band orders. So, and t-shirt orders, right? So we got a bunch of Josh Reed cards that we're going to give out. Obviously, very, very, very underrated. This is a big Josh Reed channel. Pretty excited about that. All right. Picked up a few more Rohan Davies. Picked up a few more Swagoos. I gave away my Swagoos to Tracy and Tommy. They are huge Swagoo fans. I'd love to have him on the channel one day. But yeah, we got a bunch of Odells we're going to give out as well. Thank you, I-10. I appreciate it, and it was a lot of fun. W. Daughter, welcome to the channel. One of those guys is retired now, allegedly. The other is the brother of the TikTok dance superstar, Jackson Mahomes, right? Yeah, this is a big Joe Burrow meme going on right now, okay? The big Joe Burrow meme is is Joe, please win so we don't have to see Patrick Mahomes' fiance and brother doing TikTok dances. I'm not going to lie, I can't stand them. I just can't, guys. Once again, I know it's contradicting to say, well, you're fine with Brian Kelly's cringe and not Jackson Mahomes and Brittany Mahomes or whatever. The difference, though, is Brian Kelly knows he's cringe. He's smart enough to know that he knows what he's doing, right? The other two don't know that they are insufferably cringe, right? We need Joe to win tomorrow. Even though I want Tyrann Mathieu to really win, and I do need Joe to win tomorrow. Look at this. So ASAP Justice did become a member of the T-shirt club, got my shirt, and I love it. You got to buy a shirt and get the cards. So once again, the cards are really cool. I'm not going to lie. I give out mostly dope stuff, right? Including this Brandon LaFell short print card. So once again, who's going to join the T-shirt club? Who is going to join the shirt club? I'm pretty hyped myself, Atomic Shark. Ed also joined the Booger Band Club. There's Ed and his Booger Band right there. His shirt is in the mail right now. So once again, if you want Booger Bands, my band is being held up right here. There you go. We got band stickers, all that good stuff. The Booger Band was at the Smoothie King Center tonight. W. Daughter, welcome to the channel. I hope this is your first and hopefully millionth future time. I didn't say that smoothly at all. We hope to see you plenty more times on the channel. Hey, Danny, the one night that we have someone trying to make a love connection tonight, Mick is not here. New Roads, Louisiana in the house, proud to call one of my hometowns, New Roads, Louisiana. Watching from Smyrna, Georgia. Cliff used to live in Smyrna. Yeah, Rita, I agree with this. So I know a lot of you are asking, who do you think is going to commit? Right? At this point, you know, Caleb Douglas looks like a pretty good chance, right? Especially as a 3-star receiver when 2 brand new coaches in Baton Rouge go visit you in a week's time, right? I think the Caleb Douglas thing is looking pretty good. Sam Spiegelman thinks Caleb Douglas is going to go, and he's smarter than me. So I think that looks pretty good. Obviously, Harold Perkins, you cross your fingers, you see what happens. JACOBY MATHEWS, I feel pretty good about. His two best friends play for LSU, and there's going to be faster playing time at LSU than A&M. And you get to play for the home state school. Trevante Citizen, obviously, a lot of you brought up Frank Wilson's name. Frank Wilson has been all over it. He's one of the best recruiters in the history of the sport. So I feel pretty good about Trevante Citizen. I still think Florida is a very likely possibility. And obviously, I think Auburn is a really likely possibility for him as well. And there's playing time to be had at Florida for sure. I don't know about Auburn. Their backfield's pretty loaded with Bigsby and 27. What's that kid's name? He's really good. He tore us up last year. So I do think LSU is looking pretty good right there. So once again, we'll go a little deeper into the breakdowns if anyone is more interested in doing that. But I promise you, I am feeling the Danny Lewis vibes. Perkins and Matthews are going to be okay together, and they are both coming to LSU. You heard it here first. Cliff's pretty well connected, so I hope you're right about that. This is my favorite thing right here. What the heck is even going on right here? I absolutely love it. Doesn't Harold Perkins remind you of Eli Apple? He has his mom do all the talking. No, because Harold Perkins is actually good at football. There's a difference. BK Dancing and Brian Polian completing engaging with fans at LSU committee, and I am loving it. Brian Polian going to AM Mart is a very Baton Rouge thing to do. Now, I understand AM Mart is not known by the national media and the tourist. AM Mart is a very local Baton Rouge thing. So that really impressed me. He could have gone to so many more nationally renowned chains like Walk-Ons, Ruffino's, and Ruffino's in the chain, and their food's phenomenal. I've never been to Ruffino's, but Walk-On's food is phenomenal. He could have gone to that, but going to AM Mart, I mean, that's Baton Rouge, right? That is as Baton Rouge as it gets. And boom, we get our first super chat of the night. It goes to Cliff. And I said to myself, the first super chatter of the night is going to get the Josh Reed and Brandon LaFell cards. Look at that, Cliff. This is going to be coming with your shirt. You actually got a shirt. And Cliff, since you're the president, I actually got a little extra surprise for you. So Cliff got the Brandon LaFell card right here. Silver Prism. And this is junior Brandon LaFell, so that means he actually caught this pass. Kidding, bad joke. But for those that remember Brandon LaFell's sophomore season, you know how bad the drops were. JoJo, one of the all-time great pre-2019 wide receivers at LSU. Love me some JoJo. Let's go to Jack Besh here. Jack Besh did an interview and said Denbrock told him he'd be used a lot more as a wide receiver than a tight end. I think Besh is a true receiver, so I was happy to hear. Yeah, so here's what I think about that, KMC. And Cliff, you get to pick the next topic after this, right? So let's talk a little bit about Jack Besh, right? I know Carvis likes him as a hybrid tight end. I just like him on the field. And I think this is going to happen in football, right? We are a copycat sport. Football is one of the most copycat sports that we have in all sports, right? You see so many different styles of football, but one thing gets in vogue and everything follows. And one thing I think is going to change in the game of football is the value of having a wide receiver who can block, right? So as we move forward, you will see more no huddle offenses compared to just traditional huddle offenses, which, Carl and I were talking about this last week. We went through what 11 personnel, 12 personnel, and all that meant. Okay. So a lot of teams moving forward is going to copy what the Rams do and copy what 2019 LSU did, right? Which is play a lot of 11 personnel and not get out of it. So if you do that, the one thing you need, or one thing that really helps, is wide receivers who can block. So a lot of teams are going to be looking for the next Cooper Kupp, right? So Cooper Kupp won the Triple Crown this year and had arguably the best wide receiver season we've ever seen, because if you factor in his blocking, it takes it to a completely different level. Cooper Kupp's one of the best blocking wide receivers I've ever seen. And in the last game, he flattened Devin White. He chalk outlined Devin White, actually. And it wasn't a blindside. He just got him. And he's just a bad dude, right? So I actually do see this. I could see this. The Jack Bech doesn't ever really line up in a traditional tight end, but just a wide receiver who can block fine. And Jack Bech in his first year as a tight end actually did block pretty well. So this is a really good super chat, KMC. Obviously, I'm a big Jack Bech guy. I'm a big believer in him. I wasn't the only one that thought he was going to be really special. I think a lot of you thought that. A lot of you thought he was very underrated. And I love it. Absolutely love it. So, yeah. Let me see here. I'm actually doing this college. I'm actually glad you brought that up. I'm doing this big college football dynasty fantasy football draft. And I don't think Jack Bech has been taken, and I might be getting him in the 7th round or whatever. Let's see what Cliff. Let's go to Cliff here. Cliff, I hope you had fun at the NBA game. I saw you. LA businesses' ability to make NIL deals to compete with the A&Ms of the world. Also, do you set up a deal that is $300K, but say you get $100K per year to incentivize them to not transfer? So what I think is going to happen, Cliff, is when you sign deals, right, I think guys like Gordon McKernan, I've met Gordon once before, right? And you see him in these interviews. He's an LSU fan, right? So he wants LSU to win. LSU winning is good for Baton Rouge business. It's good for him, right? And I think what these businesses are going to do is write in the contract that if you transfer, you have to pay the money back or your contract is voided. So what I do think is going to happen, Cliff, is as we evolve in the name, image, and likeness world, you're going to see more people get more detailed with how they actually put together these NIL deals. I also still believe what we saw at Texas is going to become more commonplace. The Pancake Fund, which is a nonprofit organization where colleges all make a gazillion dollars available through these nonprofit organizations or these charitable donations, and they actually are just salaries for players. So we'll see. We're still very early in the name, image, and likeness stuff. And then at the same time, look, the simple truth is this. There are very few players that really move the needle in college football when it comes to clicks and advertisements and all of that, right? And that's just a simple truth, right? Because in society and just in pop culture in general, there's very few people that actually do move the needle in a major way, right? Even in the NFL, 1% of the players of the top 1% athletes that play the game of football actually do move the needle. So, you know, it's pretty crazy. And it is mostly QBs. Now, take Kayshawn, right? I think Kayshawn really is going to be a superstar because there's just going to be so much NFL draft talk surrounding him. He's a Louisiana guy with a big personality and a big smile. And he's also a very electrifying player. He's got a very Jamar Chase star quality to him, right? I think you'll see him and Jackson Smith in Jigba. I can't even say his name. JSN. I actually drafted him in my college fantasy draft as well. So those two guys really move the needle, but not many do, right? It is mostly quarterbacks. Just because Miles Brennan went and bought a Ford F-150 truck doesn't mean I'm going to buy a truck by him. I'm going to drive an SUV or car. Yeah, true. I'm not really a truck guy either. Let's see. But this is a really good comment here. Carvis, just to follow up on the KMC Jack Besh thing, and I'm still fine with Jack Besh playing tight end as well, because we may not have a tight end who's ready to play next year. So there you go. Once again, thanks to our first two super chatters of the night, KMC and Cliff. Thank you so much for your support. Now, I understand it's getting late, but we're also up to 166 viewers. If you haven't already, please like the video. I know some of you are watching on the big screen, right? I get so many like emails from people that say, Carter, we want you on the big screen. It's kind of hard to chat on my phone. We want you on the big screen. So here's what I want you to do. Okay, if you're watching on the big screen, take a photo, share it with a friend, and say, this is the most exciting, electrifying broadcast ever made in the history of YouTube. It's just this one guy that's obsessed with LSU football, and there's 170 other LSU football obsessed people in here, and it's great. Reaper, welcome to the chat. Well, no, Reaper, I've seen you before. Actually, I don't want to see you, right? Andy Reid's quote about Patrick Mahomes and the Reaper last week was pretty cool, though. I have to say, right? Now, this is my kind of guy right here. Watching on the big screen and phone. I love it. That's great. But yeah, it's double duty right there. There you go. So I don't know if Jared's in here. Jared was doing steaks tonight. I wonder if he made me one. Yes. So this is it. This is a very inspiring quote. When things look grim, be the Grim Reaper. Danny, is that in this? I'm getting chills just thinking about it. And it's crazy, right? Like, you know, in the NFL, there's so many of these legendary coaches in the NFL that have only won one Super Bowl, right? Sean Payton, who just retired. Andy Reid's one of those guys. And then obviously, you know, you go down the list. Bill Cowher only won one Super Bowl. Mike Holmgren only won one Super Bowl. Tony Dungy. You know, it's pretty crazy, right? But that's why, you know, on this channel, I strive to be a big Andy Reid supporter, because one Super Bowl is not equivalent to all the other Super Bowls, because Andy Reid now has gone to four consecutive championship games, conference championship games in two different conferences with two different teams. Didn't you say you would dance for us for a super chat? Thank you, Desmond, for the super chat. Thank you so much. So, look, that was just perfect timing right there. Here's what we'll do, Rob. This is my first Zima. I know a lot of you think these are Zimas. Let me get a few more of these, and then I will do it for you, Rob. I can't dance with flip, right? I can't. I tried to do some of the TikTok dances. I've legit tried, right? Because Haley's nieces, you know, I do it with them sometimes because they're like, "Hey, you know, come do this dance," right? Because all the kids are on TikTok now. I'm addicted though, Rob, to obviously, you know, the gritty is just it's a good dance to actually watch, right? But there's so many like talented dancers in Baton Rouge. Have any of you ever seen this Kale Siraj guy? Right. So you guys know what I'm talking about. Like he's based in Baton Rouge. He does all these TikToks in front of canes, and man, I just freaking love that guy. Like I would do anything to get him on this on this channel. He is so high energy, so funny. There's so many people in Baton Rouge that are just so talented. It's crazy. That's the point. Rob, you did drop 50 though. But at the same time, Rob, you're also, and Rob's a member of the T-shirt club as well. Okay. Oh, the reason why some of you don't know how to get a shirt is because I didn't put the right banner here. Venmo, Cash App, $40. And once again, Rob has not only got an autographed Craig Stelz card, he got an autographed Matt Flynn card with his T-shirt order. Carter versus BK Electric. What's funny is I dance worse than Brian Kelly. I'm serious. So to Desmond, thank you for the Cash App, Desmond. Van Lathan's #1 fan, Desmond. You want me to text Van and get Van in here? Why don't you tell us when you are on other chat? Oh, well, I did. I shouted out the voice of college football, right? So I go on Blake's channel a bunch. Yeah, he's one of my best friends. And yeah, I normally tell you when I'm going on Blake's channel. The college football thing, I was traveling, so I had just gotten back from Vegas, and then I had to do that spot, and then I did say that I was on the voice of college football. I tweeted it out, and all of that. So Desmond, once again, follow me on Twitter at Carter the Power. But yeah, so I try and do this, and you guys have seen it on the videos. All the appearances that I make, I shout every single one of those people out. So I think it was in actually my last video. I posted a screenshot where you can find it, voice of college football. And then I list Blake's name, off the bench, obviously Jay Hill, Preston Guy, all these different channels that are all really good. And I love it. I really do. I love going on other shows. So yeah, voice of college football with Mark Rogers. I like going on other channels. Okay, so Roger Dodger says the last time a Wisconsin quarterback won the Heisman, right? My counter to that, though, would be LSU just had their first legendary quarterback to win the Heisman. Alabama just had their first quarterback to win the Heisman. Heisman trophies are mostly random, right? So, you know, quarterback development just in general is random. It's very random. So, yeah, I mean, you know, there have been more quarterbacks who are Delaware Blue Hens that have won Super Bowls than Alabama quarterbacks that have won Super Bowls recently than Georgia quarterbacks that have won Super Bowls. That might change in a few days, though, a few weeks. insert schools, right? So I always say this when it comes to like so-and-so school is not a quarterback developer. Well, no school really is a quarterback factory outside of Oklahoma and a few others, right? How many schools can you legitimately say that school is a quarterback factory? How many? There's just not that many. Yeah, Desmond, I'm not the best tweeter. I'll tell you that straight up. I'm not the best tweeter. And I am not King Josiah 54. He came on one of my radio shows that I was filling in for, and I was legit starstruck because that guy is the funniest freaking guy on the damn planet. I am still blown away how funny that guy is on Twitter. It doesn't make sense that he is so freaking fast and witty. The jokes are perfect. It's next freaking level. Now it's mostly NBA stuff, but some college football stuff. He made a Brian Kelly joke that was great about Kale Siraj, ironically. Oh, Danny, huh? I'm still I had a few of you reach out. Were you mad about that? No, Blake and I, we argue all the time. We actually agree on a lot, but when we disagree, obviously it's whatever. But it was just the debate, right? But the only thing I was disappointed about it was that I was up until 1:30, and then we had this long Valentine's Day trip today. Fun fact, quarterbacks under BK have never. Oh, yes. Okay. So this is a good stat, right? The Notre Dame quarterbacks are what? What is it, Paris? They are 0-24 as starters. Oh, I know you weren't mad, Danny, but I know we just kept going in circles, right? Going to do the Soldier Boy. You know what's funny, Brett? That dance was the most popular dance in the world my freshman year of college. So everybody was doing the Soldier Boy. Wait, Kale's dad owns Ruckus Skate Shop? No. Huh? I didn't know that. That is so cool. Is Ruckus, I used to skateboard. Is Ruckus Skate Shop, has that always been the skateboard shop? I used to go to one a bunch growing up, and I would buy DC shoes like it was nothing. That's so cool. Kale's the goat. I am a Kale Siraj fan, big time. Yeah, it's cool, Jacob. Yeah, Blake's phenomenal. There's no other way around it. Oh, I'm thinking of Urban 9. Okay, so I'm thinking of Urban 9. Dang, Brett, you are Baton Rouge to the core, right? Brett eats fleur-de-lis pizza. He eats AM Mart turkey, Cajun turkey sandwiches. Brett, I love it. You are really Baton Rouge, right? Some of you might live in Baton Rouge. See, Cliff is like really, really Baton Rouge, right? There's a difference. Some of you might have moved there 5 years ago. You're not really Baton Rouge, right? You have to really be from the 225 to know what the heck Urban 9 is. Actually, I'm retired military, and Reaper 08 was my call sign. That's cool. That's really cool. Thank you for your service. 6 LSU players in one game tomorrow, if I'm counting right. It's true. Look at you, Danny. Big weekend for LSU recruiting, right? All Brian Kelly should do tomorrow is just have those games playing on the screens, right? Ronnie Siraj. Or Brett, if you know Kale, tell him once again, he's got millions of followers and he's busy. If you know him, I would love to have him on the channel. And I'm not gonna, I know everyone's like, hey, dance. I'm not gonna make him dance. I just want to learn more about his life. King Alyssa says I'm too old to do a TikTok dance. Rob says that's the point. Okay, Rob, look at me. I'm jigging now. Let's go. Let's go, Rob. Let's go. Huh? A $50 super chat. It's a pretty big super chat. That does get me jigging a little bit. You know what's funny? So on the way, so Haley and I, we have a spot that we go to go eat sushi. And we go there and we just jam out on the road home, right? And I'm telling you, 2 songs still blow my mind to this day, right? 2 random songs, Celebration and September by Earth, Wind, and Fire, okay? But really, September by Earth, Wind, and Fire is just, the harmonies at the end of the song are just so next level. But really, the most underrated song about empowerment and everything else is Mary J. Blige, Just Fine, right? I can't wait to see her at the Super Bowl. So excited about that Super Bowl show. But Mary J. Blige, Just Fine, all-time great song. If I hear that song, I just immediately go like, looking in the mirror. I love it. What's up, Caucus? Good to see you. But Mary J. Blige, Just Fine. Fine, 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 fine. Woo! And I like the beginning of the song. Ooh! I'm so excited, man. I think a lot of people know who the other artists are in the Super Bowl, but I've never heard of Mary J. Blige. I'm glad she's getting this moment, all right? Micah says sushi is disgusting. Well, Micah, this beard is disgusting. I mean, really, trim that soul patch, brother. You can't come in here and disrespect the best food ever made like that. Oh, you saw Gap Band? So Gap Band's great. Earth, Wind, and Fire is next level. Still kind of think Steve Harvey ruined the verses with Isley Brothers. This is my opinion, but I know a lot of you would disagree with that. That was still a legendary night in music. But at the same time, though, still never been to Essence Fest. My cousin has performed at Essence Fest. I think it's great. Still never been, though. Not a big music guy, though. I've shared that plenty of times. I don't like concerts. That's Haley's favorite thing. So... Ooh, Frankie Beverly and Maze? In this economy? I love it. You make me happy. I love it. 504 New Roads, what's going on? Yeah, Danny. So, Danny, have you reached out to Brad Davis and told him that you are refreshing the center transfer portal button every 2.5 seconds? All right, PLG, I'll say this. When I was little, and you're 13, right? So when I was little, I didn't like sushi. But as you grow, your taste becomes more refined, right? It's kind of like when you get older, part of aging is not liking your water cold. You only like room temperature water, right? As you age, you begin to respect room temperature water. You don't want a cold water. You're not an 8-year-old playing the third game on a hot summer afternoon. No, you're an adult. You like room temperature water, right? As you get older, your taste becomes more refined. Trim the soul patch, Micah. You don't come in here disrespecting sushi. Let's get back to LSU football. Lucky Logan, welcome to the channel. I love what we're rocking here. So let's see what we got here. We got a whistle here. Why are you holding the whistle? Why are you holding the whistle? Thank you for the super chat, though. I appreciate it. I'm very curious what we have going on here. We got a Fighting Tiger shirt. I like that. Welcome to the channel, Lucky Logan. I don't know if I've ever seen you here before. Forgive me if I haven't, but thank you for your first ever comment. If it is, super chatting, because it does go a long way helping independent creators like myself. Thank you so much, especially considering Haley got an extra vodka drink at sushi dinner tonight, and she didn't need it, and I'll leave it at that. I didn't mind paying for it. I was like, it was only her third. But those vodka drinks at restaurants will destroy your bill because they put that little liquor tax in there. Why are you taxing the liquor? Why can't you just put it in the major tax? Why'd you have to tell me that there was a liquor tax? And it's like liquor tax, food tax, full tax. Just give me the full tax number. Don't let me know that that vodka tonic, which was $8 on your menu, is actually $13. What's the point in that? Oh, you work at a school. Oh, it's RSX. Okay, good to see you again. All right. Yeah, you go from the Superman avatar to this. So how big of a chance do you think we have in getting Caleb, Matthews, and Perkins? Okay, so the first thing is Caleb Williams, I think, is out of the equation. Okay, so the likelihood that you get all three of those guys is non-zero, but it's as close to zero as you could possibly think, right? 0.0001% that you get all three of these guys. The chances that you get two of these guys, I would put at 50%, and obviously that would be Matthews and Perkins. The likelihood that you land one of those guys is probably 95%, and that would be JACOBY Matthews. So to get, and those are just made up percentages as I sip my Zima. The bottom line is Caleb Williams is probably going to go to Wisconsin. Now, I know a lot of you have been asking, well, why Wisconsin? Why Wisconsin? There's a graphic floating around Twitter that shows why Caleb Williams would go to Wisconsin. There's a lot of family, friends. This guy coached this guy, and he was a friend of Caleb Williams' dad, and his teammate in high school was a wide receiver at Wisconsin. So it's not just randomly he wants to go to Madison, Wisconsin, which is a great college city. And at the same time, especially if Aaron Rodgers decides to go elsewhere, Caleb Williams would be a huge star in Wisconsin, right? So, you know, it makes a lot of sense. The Big Ten is easier, obviously, than the SEC. Not by much, but it is easier. And you know, you go to USC, it is such a brand new thing, right? It is a drastic move yet again in your life, going from DC to Norman to LA, right? Where DC, Norman to Madison would kind of make a little bit more sense. So right now in my heart of hearts, I still think USC is the leader, but I obviously Wisconsin has gained a lot of buzz. And just because of all of Caleb Williams' connections to Wisconsin, it would make a lot of sense, right? Spirit Week, Sports Day, I'm a janitor. You know what is really funny about that is not only are you a janitor, Lucky Logan 005, so is Sean Payton in his latest film, whatever the name is on Netflix. He is a janitor in his own movie. I should have spoiler alerted. I haven't seen the movie, but they posted the clip on Twitter. So once again, spoiler alert. I hope you guys aren't pissed about that. But yeah, you know, I've never heard of someone talking about the school janitor and that janitor not be the coolest person on the planet. Everybody loves their school janitor. I remember my high school janitor, Mr. Levi, such a great guy. So thank you for all the super chats, Lucky. Let me ask you this, Lucky. What do you think the chances are that we get all three of those guys? I hope it's pretty good. Brett, I'm going to let you in on something. And before I do that, Ahmad actually Okay, some people actually do like recruiting more than college football, and Ahmad is one of those guys. And that's perfectly fine. Like what you want to like. So, when Ahmad comes in and talks recruiting, I'm always locked in. Perk posted his whole live of him at LSU today. His whole family was there. He was dancing with the creator of the Gritty. Today was an awesome day to be a Tiger, right? It's different, when a coach is recruiting you, but at the same time, it's different when a cultural revolutionary is also recruiting you to LSU. And that is the creator of the Gritty dance, right? It's a revolutionary dance. Um, so let's go here. Is there any talk of transfer portal NIL deals causing drama and jealousy within the locker room? Hoping these news guys can juggle, wondering how coaches will navigate if this becomes an issue. It was an issue last year on LSU, right? I've actually heard this. And I don't know if Cliff is still in here or not, but Cliff shared some stories about that actually happening last year. And look, I would be too if I saw that the two players that signed the biggest NIL deals on the team played a combined 3 games, right? While you were losing and playing man coverage on every snap and having lousy game plans. Look, Brett, I'm gonna be as honest as I possibly can when I say this, and it might come off a little too simple, but the truth still remains: the kids want to win, and when they are at a school that they feel isn't putting their best foot forward to win, those jealousy things begin to happen. But I guarantee you, if LSU would have won their first game versus UCLA, won their first game versus Mississippi State, that first game really sets the tone, especially now with the transfer portal where kids have a little bit more mobility and power in their future, right? So, yes, there will always be division. There will always be some jealousy. The extent of which, though, um, is very dependent on if you're winning or not, right? When the team is winning, you are willing to do a lot of things that you would not do if you're losing. And I don't think a lot of people saw this interview that Eric Gaines did. Okay, I'm not a big LSU basketball channel. I do watch them though, and I love basketball. The NBA was my favorite thing. I still have my John Brady basketball camp, all of my John Brady basketball camp stuff. I grew up in LSU basketball. I love it. I listened to an interview Eric Gaines did, and you could just see that all he cares about is winning games, right? These guys put in so much work and so much effort. They want to win. And when you lose, those other things begin to seep in. So, yes, players are smarter than they've ever been. And they understand that there is going to be some inequality when it comes to who gets paid what. At the same time, though, it is easier for everyone to jump on the board at the same time uh, when you're winning, even if your teammate is making $50K a year and you're getting room and board. Yeah, so that Gaines interview, you could tell you was just emotional, right? Uh, he just kept saying, "I want to win. I want to win." Peter Burns just kept. They asked him good questions, and he was like, "I don't care. I just wanted to win." Right? And sometimes what we tend to do is we don't put ourselves in the shoes of the athletes. And if you do that, you begin to think, okay, they put all this hard work, all this hard effort, all these practices. They want to win. They want to win, right? Eli Ricks, heard he would have liked to have had more NIL money. Who wouldn't? But it would have been a lot easier to stay at LSU when you win. I'm a huge Eli Ricks fan. Obviously, not so much anymore. He was one of my favorite players coming in. Had him as a top 5 player on LSU's roster before he ever played a game. He's a special talent. He came to LSU knowing that he was going on a winning team, because you could be the best corner in the world and lose every game, right? He went somewhere that he knows he's going to win a lot. It matters. Jeff, welcome. Next year, LSU will be unstoppable. Unstoppable. Okay. Our secondary has gotten some huge transfer portals and talent from last year, especially our receiver, is going to be dangerous. Watch out for LSU SEC West. So words have meaning, and I understand you're just saying unstoppable, like we're just going to be really good, okay? But understand when you say unstoppable, this guy was unstoppable, okay? So I don't think unstoppable is the best word. I do think we are a lot better than what we were a week ago. And I think the Jared Bernard Converse thing, if he's fully healthy and plays as well as he did versus Oklahoma State, I think that's an extra win. I do think that is worth an extra win. If you have 0 proven corners in the SEC coming back on your roster and you get an all Big 12 corner to play his final year, so we are getting the prime of this young man's career, okay? Or the near prime of his career. That's huge. Okay. So I understand you didn't mean, well, we're going to go undefeated, but I understand, unstoppable is a strong word. King Robert. Sends us a super chat here. Once again, some of you do not believe in the metaphysical, and that's perfectly fine. Some of you don't believe in that. That's perfectly fine, right? This is not a religious channel, right? We all have friends of different backgrounds. Now, I will say this. If you are the praying type, King Robert really needs your prayers. As many of you know, King Robert is the one who has allowed us to do the channel full time. He's currently going through a really tough cancer battle right now. So if you are the praying type, King Robert is currently going through it right now. Also, it's kind of sad. I might start crying. Try not to. My running coach is also going through this as well. She's a close friend to Haley and I, and she is a big reason why I became a runner. I'm chunky now. I need to get my butt back on the road. She's currently going through it now. So for our cancer prayer warriors, we really need you. For Robert and my friend Leslie, I really would appreciate that. So yeah, King Robert, we are with you, my friend. There you go. There's King Robert right there. We're with you, man. Plugging along pretty good so far. Pain's starting to dissipate, which I'm happy about. It's not totally gone, but some is better than nothing. Good stuff right there, Robert. Yeah, one of my best friends, Leslie. She's going to, she's currently fighting it right now, and she's the best. She's the absolute best human I think I've ever met, outside of Haley. Her and her husband going through it right now. So, once again, really sad. But we're positive. We're positive here. This is speaking of a great dad joke. I love a good dad joke, baby. I do. Y'all just let this dad joke just sit in. Y'all have to admit that this dad joke, this is a dad that's never dadded harder. And look, this could be Patrick Peterson. We don't know. Brett, thank you for your generosity. So, Brett, thank you for the super chat. Second off, thank you for bringing up Urban 9. It would have killed me all night, Brett, if I did not know what the name of that skate shop was. What are your thoughts on the Honey Badger criticizing the transfer portal by pointing out that he waited his turn by Peterson and Claiborne? So here's what I'll do, Brett. I actually led the live stream off last week with that. And let me say this, full disclosure, I feel like this is important. So I actually collect Tyrann Mathieu cards. I'm obsessed with this career, his story. He really does inspire me, right? I know we're all inspired by anybody that wears a purple and gold, but Tyrann is the most inspiring LSU football player of all time, in my mind, right? And what makes him so great is he's very honest and he's very authentic. It never seems like he's not being himself. So the first thing is I love that. The second thing is I don't think it was one of these scenarios where he was saying, well, the transfer portal is just the absolute worst thing ever. I don't think that. I think he would like to have a mulligan in how he worded it, right? Sometimes when you tweet, you only have 100 or whatever characters, right? So Brett, the first thing is I don't think Tyrann is it came off like a blanket statement, but I don't think he means that the transfer portal is a be all end all evil, right? Because he was the first person, legit, the first person to congratulate Joe Fuchsia for coming over to LSU, right? And he transferred. So I do think if Tyrann was in like an interview setting. So once again, my dream is to get him on the channel. I know that's never going to happen, but one can dream. Tyrann, if you're watching this, I know you're not because you have bigger things to worry about, but still, I think if he was doing an interview though, he would say, look, I didn't mean it as a blanket statement. However, what I think he was trying to say, Brett, is players are getting a tad too soft, right? They are packing their bags too quickly. And I think him being as forthright as he was by saying, I hate the transfer portal, was more so sending a message to every player out there that the grass isn't always greener, right? So I do think I do think it's important that Tyrann in an interview setting be allowed to speak on it. Because I don't think he really does feel that the transfer portal is that is just all bad. And I also think he really wants it to be known that the only way you can really accomplish something in life is that you really got to work for it, right? Anyone that was ever given the keys to the kingdom is a disaster, right? The worst thing you can do in your life is be given every last little thing you're given, right? So yeah, I think there was a lot of that in his passion. There you go, King Robert. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And we will be FaceTiming this week, my friend. There you go. Prayers up for Robert and Leslie. Prayers, bro. Appreciate you, Carl. In the mix. What's good, man? I also think this is true as well, right? I think Tyrann just wants players to dig deep. I also think this is true as well. Man, the transfer portal and NIL make it to where old hats in the NFL are retired or commenting on it with zero perspective on what it's like to have option these kids do in college now. I do agree with this. And I also think more players would have transferred. Now, you know, more players would have transferred. I do think the older generation would have more so stuck it out where they were, but it wouldn't be necessarily because of perseverance, but more so lack of knowledge, right? The older generation, can't communicate with coaching staffs the way that kids can communicate now, or associates of these kids can now, right? It's just such a different world we live in. So yeah, I just think, I know this is going to sound like just the dumbest thing in the world, but I still think we underrate how much smartphones have changed our society, right? And I'm not just saying like, the information society or whatever. It's more so just you just know so much more, right? Like if I'm a recruit, I can go on any I could go on YouTube and get a stadium facility tour of basically every campus on the planet, right? It's so different now. It's so different, right? And going back to Tyrann Matthew, part of what made his impact even more relevant is YouTube was just starting to become a thing, right? In the early 2010s. And he was such a highlight reel player at a unique position. Um, there's just all these little things just change so much, right? It used to be that the only comedy you would get is a 5 minute set on Carson. Now there's all these different types of comedy, right? I don't know if I could watch most late night sets and laugh, but as a football fan, I know I could search Coach 30 or That Boy and do and laugh at football humor for an hour. Those two guys are so freaking funny, and they make me cry laughing. And I'm a stand-up, right? It's hard to make me laugh. But I think part of it is that there wasn't a whole lot of humor that I found to be really all that funny until I find like football humor, people like them. Um, Comedy that speaks to me, like Kev on Stage or whoever. There's just the society we live in is so different than now. But Coach 30 is the best of all time. I would rate him number one, my number one Twitter account, my number one just online comedian. Don't tell Haha Davis that. Don't tell Trey Kennedy that. There's a lot of them I like. It's so different, right? Tell Robert, you lived in this generation, Robert, where the it was whoever the comedian was on Carson, right? It was or Leno or whoever, right? It was here's Norm Macdonald. So here's Rodney Dangerfield. Here's whoever, right? It's crazy. So let's go back to Patrick P's super chat. Who's number 7? Let me dedicate a super chat to you, Patrick Pete, for your Converse joke. 20% of people said they do not like they did not like Brian Kelly's dance moves. You know what's really good about basketball is like I do think basketball is the simplest sport to grasp. So I think baseball is a little bit more complex. I think football is to a certain degree. But basketball, I think, to really understand it is probably the simplest of the three sports as far as like understanding nuance and like the next level part of the game. Let's see. Um, all right, Patrick, I got your super chat up, man. Your super chat is now the poll question. Rodney Dangerfield, legend. %20 of us are haters, and 20% Florida fans. Ryan, you don't like the dance moves? Reed, are you a big NBA YoungBoy fan? I don't know. I don't know. Right? It's kind of crazy though. Like if you look at every like young NBA player when they get asked, or just young athletes, they always list NBA YoungBoy in their top 5. Yeah, Kev on stage is unbelievable. Kale is funny too, right? Kale's different though. It's like more dance kind of stuff. Kev on stage is just, man, his comedic mind is just so great. And him building his own network's really cool stuff. Scrappo said no Jay Ward for number 7. I know someone brought that up last stream, and I was like, really? 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 Here's my thing about the number 7. Okay. The number 7 needs to go to a guy that will be an NFL Pro Bowler, right? Nothing more, nothing less. Like more people that have worn number 7 have gone on to the NFL Pro Bowl than haven't since Patrick Peterson wore it, right? So Peterson went, Tyron went, Chark, Fournette, obviously Jamar Chase. He didn't actually wear it, but still. Caleb Williams for 7, I'm about it. Yeah, so Carl actually Carl, did you play college basketball? I didn't play college basketball. I wanted to. I was the only 9th grade kid on my team that couldn't touch the net. My vertical leap was 2 inches. 7 is tainted by Elias Durant. Well, the good thing is Elias Durant never wore 7, even though he's going to be wearing 7 at Alabama. I like a few other QBs in the 23 class over Arch. I do too. Okay. So the guy that I like a lot, and Ahmad, I don't know if you're still in here. So Ahmad actually, once again, Ahmad actually gets deep into it. So Ahmad is a Dante Moore stan, right? Malachi Nelson is a little overvalued or a little overrated. I would take Dante Moore over Malachi Nelson. I would also take, I just watched this kid's tape. The 6'4" QB out of California. He's a number 4 QB. His name's like Nicholas I something. I don't even know his last name. I was blown away by that kid. That kid throws darts like missiles. It looks weird though because he's so lanky, right? But that kid. He throws darts. I love that kid. That's my favorite QB. Let's see. Yeah, okay. I am a Leva or whatever. Kid can that kid is a I might like him over any of the 2022 guys. He can really play. Patrick, dude, you are funny as crap. They're gonna put a giant G on Keyshawn jersey instead of a number. That's part of the deal. So once again, unless you're a Baton Rouge guy or gal, you don't get this joke. So Gordon, who's signing all these NIL deals, he's got a giant G in front of his law offices, and you see it all over billboards, right? So that was really good. Yeah, Brent, I know a lot. Once again, he's a South Louisiana guy, so you get really passionate about it. I also think recruiting quarterbacks are a little weird as well because you got to get on it early. You do because quarterbacks just commit so much earlier because they want to claim their slot before someone else claims it because you don't ever want to be a part of a 2 QB class. So I think that's part of what happened there, but still. Also, I think there's something like, the Eli Walker Howard thing. I don't think they hate each other, but it was um, that quarterback thing was always very strange, right? At St. Thomas More, where you had Caleb Holstein, then Walker Howard, and Eli Holstein being the year under him and transferring to Zachary. It's interesting. Welcome to the channel. I love Sestero. Welcome to the channel, man. Over under 10 wins this upcoming season. Once again, it depends on how the ball bounces. And it depends also if you include the bowl game into this. But if you go over 10 wins, that means, you have an 11-2 team. That would be pretty wild, right? That would be one of the best coaching jobs I can remember from any LSU coach. In fact, that could be the best in your first year going 11-2 with the mostly new roster. It's feasible, highly unlikely. Obviously, you look at the roster now with the transfers, still looks like an 8 or 9 winner, right? Which is good. It's good. Poppy, good to see you again. Pulling Perkins, Matthews, Citizen, Lewis. Absolutely. Yeah, and then obviously this is it, Ken. I understand, but Eli's a dog, man. I'm telling you. So tell me this, Brett, and be honest with it. It's fine. Once again, you could think Walker Howard's really good, and you could think Eli Holstein's really good. So, Brett, if you I haven't gotten too deep in the Eli Holstein's tape because he committed to Texas A&M. So there's only a certain finite amount of time you can watch each and every kid, right? So tell me this: if you actually know Holstein's game really well, do you think he's better than Walker Howard? And be as honest as you possibly can, right? And Brett, thank you for your super chat. Thank you for the Urban 9. I'm not going to judge you either way. Once again, this is, we're all LSU fans. We like to be as objective, though, in our analysis as we possibly can. So I'm looking at you, Brett, right now. Let me know your honest opinion on this. And it's fine. Reed, I don't think he's trash because I don't know enough about music for me to say he's trash. I don't listen to enough music to say he's trash, right? Like, I prefer, once again, this is just my age, but I'm like Ludacris and Nelly's like in my top 5, right? Now, a hip hop head would probably punch me in the face, like a real one, if I walked into a conversation and said Ludacris and Nelly are in my top 5. But, you know, those guys made me the happiest, right? And they did a versus, and that was really, really fun. But once again, I just don't know enough about music. All right, Ahmad, there you are. So 20 videos over 100 million. It's pretty impressive. So tell me this, Ahmad. Who is your guy in 2023? All right. I was just pumping you up a minute ago. Are you still on the Dante Moore is the guy in 2023? Riley, good to see you. There you go. Danny wants to know about a kicker behind Cade York. They're trying to get Vinatieri, his son. That'd be crazy. Jaden Osbury. But I'm just talking about quarterbacks. Osbury is a beast, though. But who is your best quarterback in 2023? You were the first one to tell me about Dante Moore. So, Danny, the answer is obviously Nathan Dilbert, the new kicker coming in from Michigan. Um, um, Ryan, I think you are newer to the channel. I'm always very upfront about what I know and what I don't know. Kind of like, with the NBA young boy chat. I don't know enough about LSU baseball to give you an opinion. I wish I did. I just don't. Right. I wish Jay Johnson the best. I hope they win every freaking game. Kind of excited to see someone else running the program, to be honest. Binieri did great things. He also did a lot of not great things that people that know way more about baseball could break down as far as like lineup changes, pitching changes, and all of that. There is something I'm passionate about as far as college baseball, and it is the scholarship limit, right? I do think that needs to change. The G chain for turnovers. Okay, so Dante Moore's your number one guy. I like him. I still like that I'm a Tava guy. I can't even say his last name. I was mesmerized by that kid. Like missiles. Just missiles. Ulysses is a Moore guy too. I like it. Yeah, he's out of Michigan. Kid can play lots of good quarterbacks in 2023. No, Roman, this is right. And I don't blame him. Go somewhere where you can play more than a year. So Ryan, once again, I'm sorry I can't answer your LSU baseball question. I wish I could. There are way better channels for that. I hope you stay for LSU football, which I'll always have covered. But I do think though, Ryan, like the 11.7 thing has got to change. There's no way that we can continue as a college sports fan base and think it is reasonable to field a team with 11.7 scholarship guys, but 129 teams do it and they play 9-inning games, 3 to 5 games a week. It's brutal, right? It's unfair to those kids. They deserve to have full freaking scholarships on rosters where you need no less than 20 to 25 players. It pisses me off, right? It's really an injustice. I mean, obviously, it's not like a crime against humanity in the grand scheme of things, but it's totally, totally unfair to the players. Totally unfair. So yeah, the bullpen gets the short end of it, though. Yes, that kid has a missile. But yeah, I'll catch some games. But it's cool that the SEC is as big as it is now in baseball. And also the college baseball is just going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. There's room for it to grow. I do believe that. I actually do believe college baseball has room to grow. I also think softball does too. And I'm not just saying that. I'm very high on both of those. Trey, appreciate you. Lesko's in here. Good to see you, Lesko. Jay Johnson. Yeah, pretty excited about that. Yeah, Ahmad, I'll do this. Next time Van is on, obviously Van knows a lot about music, right? He actually just got a big PHL, proud PHL member. Van Lathan just got a huge gig with 50 Cent, right, to host a hip hop show. So next time I have Van on, he knows like the history of rap. I think he could provide a little more depth to the NBA young boy conversation, because if you are over 30, you're not going to get it, right? It's just not for you. But you might like it, right? First, like Jay-Z's not my favorite. Okay. Once again, my minuscule rap knowledge, Jay-Z's just not my favorite. But I recognize he's, song for song. There's, he's incredible. Who cares about LSU baseball, really? That's a good question, Scrappo. A lot of people do. I care for every LSU sport to win. But out of football, basketball, and baseball's so far behind, right? The other two for me. And it's just me, right? But there's a lot of LSU baseball fans that make the trip to Omaha every year. So yeah. Keith says, Carter, you can learn to dance like BK if you watch JJ doing the gritty on YouTube. Yeah, it's true, but Justin Jefferson is also a world-class athlete with the quickest feet on the planet Earth, and I am not that. I ran a 5.240. I was slow. And that was in my prime. I would throw out a hip. But this is also true, right? So, like those baseball teams with Brad Cressy and Terrio, and obviously before that, Ben McDonald and uh, whoever else you want to mention, uh, Todd Walker. Those are the teams. Albert Bell. Uh, it carried us. Eddie Furnace. All right, so we're gonna end the NBA YoungBoy chat. Huh? Even though NBA YoungBoy is the only song that has ever been played on my channel, I'm usually pretty uh I'm usually pretty good about making sure I don't play any copyrighted music, right? There we go. What's up, Mick? Mick, you missed it earlier. Somebody was trying to shoot their shot with me, and I was trying to find you, man. There he is. Young boy. I am Mick, you are taken. Those bootleggers, baby. That's the first time I heard that tonight. Bootleggers 7-on-7. Let's go. I should Ryan, I got a bunch of bracelets, man. You want to join the Booger Band Club? You join the Booger Band Club. Let's see. Let me see, Ryan. I'm gonna hook you up with a good card. Ryan, do you want Booger Band Club or do you want shirt? You want a shirt? All right. All right, hit me up, man. I got you right here, man. Hoping for Brian Flores. Got some Brian Flores love in here. I prefer an offensive coach, but whatever. So, Ryan, I'm going to hook you up with some Odells. Whatever you decide to do, right? 1 band for 15, 2 bands for 23 for 25. I'll add a sticker in there for 30. Or if you want a shirt, and a sticker, it's 40. And once again, if you do the 3 for 25 or the t-shirt, I'll hook you up with a bunch of cards. Ryan, just shoot me an email after the show. powerhourlsu@gmail.com. Or if you're on Instagram or Twitter, at Carter the Power is where you can find me. We got some Enemy guys in here. I like it. So, Ryan, hit me up, man. I'm going to hook you up with a bunch of really cool stuff. King Ulysses is a part of the band club. He knows how many cool cards we give out. Old vet is like, what is going on? Who is this NBA young boy? Why are we chatting the NBA and music at the same time on a football chat? So let's stop with the NBA young boy. It's taking up a lot of the chat. Can we just admit that he has one great song? He's got a ton of great songs. If it's what you like, I don't want to start another debate here. He has one great song for LSU football, and it makes a lot of people happy. Pegasus, you changed your photo. You son of a gun. He changed it to a doggo. I like it, Pegasus. Stop with the NBA young boy chat. Now, if it was a ludicrous debate, I'd be down. Yes. It is kind of funny, though, that NBA young boy defenders are ardent. They are ardent. Ryan, thank you for the email. I'll take care of you after the stream. I'll shoot you an email when we're done here. You know, it's funny. There's a lot, right? So area codes is, we would always just sing that, right? You know, this is gonna sound stupid. I love "Runaway Love," right? Because you got Mary J. Blige in the song too. Area codes is great. Fantasy. Plus, just the actual sound of his voice is just angelic to me. Let's get back to Carl's point about the G chain, and Gordon can give $500 to the player that earns the chain on the play. That makes too much sense, Danny. That makes too much sense. Exactly. That makes too much sense. It really does. I was like 4 when "Runaway Love" came out. Runaway Love. Oh, man. It actually is a good song. I like that it tells a story, right? So I've also gotten to meet Ludacris, which was pretty cool. I was pretty starstruck. It's weird when you meet a childhood hero. It's a little bit different. It's a good song. Put Mary on it, baby. Let's go. Good question here from Genesis. Where do you think Miles Brennan ranks among the SEC West quarterbacks? So Bryce Young's better. KJ Jefferson probably better, and he's healthier. Will Rogers probably better. But Miles in his 3 games were better than the last 2 names. So it just depends on what you think Miles can actually do. Also, Miles has better receivers than those 2 guys. Even though Mississippi State's receivers, they lost some really good ones. So, wow, the world is so cool. Danny said, coming up on 2 hours, someone paid for the dance. We haven't seen it. Gotta keep your word. So here's the thing, Danny, about the dance. It's like it's kind of hard to just groove without any music, right? And I can't play music. I'd have to play royalty-free music, and I don't have any on me at this time, right? Still, I'll say this. If I wouldn't get in trouble with it, the only rap song I think I could feel really good about going word for word from start to front. You're such a smart guy, Carter. No, the only rap song I feel comfortable going first word to last word is Zero's Mo City Don, right? Any song that includes Robert Ory, Lennox Lewis, and Kelvin Cato is a top one rap song of all time, right? Got to keep Brennan on his feet and limit the INTs. Absolutely. I agree with that. Ulysses, I'm a KJ believer. I wasn't to start the year, right? It doesn't look smooth. It looks like he's playing in slow motion. And he does have a really good play caller in Kendall Browse. And he did have the best wide receiver this year in the SEC in Traylon Burks. With all of that said, you actually go look at his games. He had 6 games where his QBR was 78 or better. He's a competitor, dual threat, can beat you in a shootout, can beat you in a low-scoring game. I just like him a lot. He's gritty, right? And, at the same time, he's got all the tools. Now, the offense is kind of gimmicky. Let's be honest. But yeah, Arkansas, obviously they have a good offensive line. They had the deepest set of running backs in the West this year. So, you take that into equation, but still, Danny's a KJ believer too. I wasn't at first. I really thought he was like, okay, he's just a dude. I think he's a difference maker. Genesis, I don't think I'm the only one that isn't concerned by that. And Genesis, I think an even bigger point is I think Miles Brennan is concerned about that, right? Every quarterback would be concerned about that. Also, something else, Danny, about not doing the dance. I don't think Rob is still in here. And he was the one that actually super chatted. And as always, your best ability is availability. Something else is I do think Arkansas is going to use Malik Hornsby, their backup, a lot more because Malik Hornsby might legitimately be the fastest quarterback since Michael Vick. He can really run. Just can't really throw that well, right? But Malik Hornsby is legit track and field speed at quarterback. So I think they're going to use him a lot more next year as well. Okay, so Rob is still here. So how would I dance? It is bomb, 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 bomb. I could start doing the Macarena, right? I don't even remember the Macarena. What is it? Wait, it's da, 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 da. No. It's da, 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 da. There you go. Boom, boom, ba, 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 ba. No. Is it da, 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 da? No, then da, 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 da. Oh, the head. The head. How can I forget? Legit, this meme. What is it then? Is it da? So does the head start? Does the head start it? Da. Does the head? Danny, that's so good. So is it the head first? Da, 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 da. da, 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 da. There you go. Can't look away. That's what we do here on PHL, baby. All right, Genesis, you were telling me I look like a snack earlier, right? And let's be honest, I do look like a snack. Now, I am in a very committed and happy relationship. But here's what's funny, Genesis. You need not leave empty-handed. Boom. The pirate thinks you are looking good. So this is a funny thing about it, right? Genesis, are you into pirates? Is that your thing? Right? Peg legs, parrots. What could go wrong? This could be your Jack Sparrow. Need not look any further, Genesis. Get it? Hook, line, and sinker. Get it? Hook, pirate. That's a dad joke for you. Please, Ahmad. I'm serious though. Like, I still think, I'm glad LAH Gritty is getting his shine with Brian Kelly. I still think he's underrated, right? And the thing is, here's what really sucks about it, right? Is these dances get so big and the original creator of the dance can't copyright the dance. It's kind of like the TikTok thing with the Addison Rae and all that crap. And I know Addison Rae is an LSU Tiger, but still, you know, it's the it's a sad reality of it, right? So I hope LAH Gritty, I know I'm probably not even, I just know his Twitter handle. He deserves more money for this. I just don't know how that works, right? Like, I know Fortnite is doing a better job with like the dances and paying the creators of the dances. It's still something though, like, you know, it's your intellectual property. Carter, I swing the bat from both sides of the plate. I don't know if the pirate can handle it. Arr, seems like we have a problem here. Yeah, Scrappo. So I do think it is trademark Cody. So Cody, once again, the top avatar PHL. He's rocking a PHL shirt. He's also rocking a PHL band right here. Cody, I got some good news, man. We got some new shirts. Cody, you got my email. Hit me up. You've been rocking my stuff. I'll give you a good deal. But thank you, Cody, for the super chat. I appreciate you. You are my spirit animal, Cody. Genesis, are you into younger guys? I'm 23. See, Genesis, that's all you have to do. Ladies, that's all you have to do. You have to take your shot at me, and then I then have a bunch of there's some brothers starving in here, in the words of Denzel Washington. It's still the greatest. These brothers starving. Cody, how you doing tonight, man? Let me know how you feeling. How's life going? Come on, Mick. Basically, I am screwed. Yeah, Haley's the best. They can't handle it, Danny. They just can't handle it. Here's the key, fellas. Right? You got to have gray in your hair. Women like maturity. Right? That's the key. Got to have gray in the head. Heck, essentially, I'm a married man. We had to go 2 places to get margaritas today. So, if that's not married man stuff, and guess who didn't get any margaritas? Me, because I'm driving. Cody, what's going on, man? Not starving. Mick, you know, Mick doesn't have filters, right? I get too old to cut the mustard. I'm still, there you go, Cody. So in PG 30, first thing, just got promotion and working all the time. LOL, making that bread. Kobe, good to see you, Kobe. We're in the middle of this. Don't let my wife know that women like maturity. I still have her fooled for the most part. So the funny thing is, I am not mature, right? I still act like I still act like a kid in public, right? I'm not mature. I'm just not. Like, it's, I don't know. It's just not my thing. Like, a lot of my friends are married. Quite a few of my friends already have kids. So, like, they're mature. There you go, Cody. I don't know if he can handle all this pirate boot. Hey. Oh my God. I'm too young for this chat. The old vet. Cody, once again, congrats on the promotion, man. Shoot me an email. Let me know. Cody, I think you got my email stuff. If not, no, we're Instagram buddies. Shoot me a gram, man. Let me know. Catch me up on your life. I've been missing you, man. Oh, man. Killing me, Genesis. I love you, Genesis. I don't know if we could. Oh, man. Can't believe I get to be around all this greatness. Reed, please stop with the young boy. You don't understand, man. Young boy stands fight back. It's a different kind of fandom. I don't remember a rapper with these kind of fans. Like, and it's nothing against young boy fans. It's that they defend him like it's nothing. It's always been a thing, right? It obviously means that his music speaks to a lot of people. Pirate was shooting a shot at Genesis, and then he heard about the pirate boot A, and then he was like, "Oh, I can't handle that." Now, what are the chances of Jacoby Matthews and Harold Perkins? Ulysses, we shall talk soon. Thanks for all the snow photos. I'm gonna come see you in Denver. We're gonna hang out. You and the wife said you have a hot tub. Me and Haley are coming up there. I've always wanted to do that. I've always wanted to do the hot tub with like the snow background, right? You always see it in like I just visualize that. I bet you that is just so soothing, right? But I'm sure when you get out of it, life changes pretty fast. Yeah, Cody. And you're the one with the money. You're the one with the promotion. Reed, you're not going to win this battle, man. I'm trying to think of. It's just not something that's going to happen. Well, there you go. All right, guys. We are at the 2-hour mark of this. I normally like to keep it around 2 hours. Billy. I don't know. I don't know why this made me laugh. So read on Android. Type is oh my god. What is an the reason why it's so funny is people on Androids type faster. All my friends that are on Android type way faster. Yeah. Genesis will be back live on Tuesday night, hopefully celebrating a Joe Burrow victory and hopefully celebrating a glorious recruiting eve. So our next live stream will be Tuesday night at 8. We hope to see you there, Genesis. It does say you do not want to mess with Android. Yes, exactly. I've always found my Android friends to text faster. Now, I don't know if it's because I don't see the bubbles popping up or whatever. It's so great. FYI, we are working on getting Justin Vincent on soon as our next guest. I don't think it's going to be possible to get him as our very next guest. So I'm going to try and find someone for Thursday night. Adrian, good to see you again, man. It's been a while, Adrian. Once again, last call for LSU or just any related questions. If you do super chat, we'll keep this thing going. Once again, donations are the only reason I exist. Once again, shout out to our always top super chatter, Robert, and then our next top super chatter is Rob. So it's funny, Rob. I love it. And shout out to a 94-year-old viewer. His name is also Robert. He is sending a check. So shout out to you. There's another Robert. So the key to helping me to be able to do this continuously as my full-time job is to find a lot of LSU fans named Robert. LSU fan, I'm going to say in my gut, no. I think he's going to go somewhere else. But my heart says yes, because family matters. And obviously his family wants him to go to LSU. Now his mother may want him to go to Florida or somewhere else, but it's pretty clear that his family really wants him to go to LSU, right? His uncle, who is very involved in his recruitment. Genesis, I'll say this about this question. You have to go listen to my interview with Jeremy Hill, right? To answer that question. So Genesis, if you scroll down on my channel, or if you just Google, or if you just type in my YouTube search Jeremy Hill, look, Genesis, obviously you love you some Jeremy Hill. So boom. So Genesis, if you watch my interview with Jeremy Hill, there you go. Genesis is so Genesis. Here's what we're going to do on the next live stream. Pirate and Ahmad are going to be at the Tuesday night live stream. Okay, Genesis. Around the later portions of the live stream, you got to choose between Ahmad or Pirate or both. No, that's not how this works, Ahmad. So Genesis, we will see you Tuesday night. So, but if you listen to the Jeremy Hill interview, he will answer that question for you. Right? Shout out to Jay Hill. All right, guys. We'll see you Tuesday night. Thank you to all the supporters. Lots of new first-time viewers. I really appreciate you guys and your donations. It really does go a long way. RSX, thank you as always for your super chats. And Rob G. Rob, I appreciate you, man. I really do. And I can't wait to meet you one day, Rob. Rick, you're always joining in too late. We'll see you Tuesday night, Rick. If the NL money is close, I think Perks and Matthews will sign. I agree with you. Brett, thank you. Brett, the Urban 9 thing is so memorable. Man, the Urban 9 was such a great skate shop. It really was. They had the best DC shoes. They really did. Man, they had those Bob Burnquist and Bucky Lassick shoes. Ooh, Bob Burnquist, Bucky Lassick, Kareem Campbell, Eric Costin. Where are my Tony Hawk Pro Skater fans at? Right? Still the best skateboarder of all time is Rodney Mullen. Right? There's no other way around it. Rodney Mullen. Oh, okay. So Fred is in the running. It's not even a silly. Calling you out for the do-rag, baby. Jeff Rowley? That's a deep cut. Jeff Rowley. I don't even know who Jeff Rowley is. Sorry. I only know the big guys. Eric Costin was great. Rodney Mullen is the best skateboarder of all time. If Rodney Mullen and Tony Hawk got in a skate off, Rodney Mullen would dust him so bad. Tony Hawk is a vert skater. Vert skaters can only skate in a finite amount of space. Rodney Mullen, all you need is a skateboard. He doesn't need rails. He doesn't just put him in an empty parking lot, and Rodney Mullen will do the craziest things you will ever see. You will think he is not a real human being. And Rodney Mullen is still underrated. I'm very passionate about that. That is my only skateboarding take. Rodney Mullen is the greatest skateboarder to ever live. There will never be anyone better than that guy. I smell Ahmad's nasty breath through my phone. Genesis, don't play with him. Yes, Rodney Mullen will blow your mind. It doesn't make sense. It does. Fred, your profile pic looks like a creative player on Madden 2006. Not 2006. Not. You could have said 07 and the joke wouldn't have hit as hard, but 06 Madden? Dang, man. 06. Mike Vick wasn't even on the game anymore. Or was he? Yeah, he was on 06. Still. See you next time. No, Rodney Mullen is it doesn't make sense. It's like watching Michael Jordan play basketball. I'm serious. It is the craziest thing. PHL needs a water cooler for all this Thursday. Well, I'm gonna let Fred come back at Ahmad really quickly. I find this very entertaining. Reed is still upset. There's so much chaos happening in this chat. We have 5 different guys shooting their shot. We have Fred with a P, Ahmad, Pirate, who else? I think Mick. Oh my God. Oh my God. Bro, Ahmad, you like oh my God. Not the spicy chicken sandwich. Oh my goodness. Oh, oh, oh my God. So I think Genesis is loving Fred now. I don't think Ahmad's ever coming back. I don't know. Oh man. Oh, oh, oh man. Oh, oh, oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh shucks. That's my girl Genesis. Dang Genesis. Ahmad was loving you though. Ahmad's young. He's got money. Genesis. Oh my God. Genesis said Ahmad was looking like this. Oh my. Oh man. Genesis, you switched up like that and you look like my third PE teacher. I still want you though. Exact Genesis. Ahmad, fresh off a shift from Popeyes, can give you so many great discounts at Popeyes, man. All Ahmad wants, Genesis, is a thigh. Huh? I think Genesis is still loving Ahmad. I think Ahmad, this was a test for your thirst for Genesis, because because she was seeing if you could take a joke. Oh my God. Genius. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with working at Popeyes, right? Cody, you better be here on Tuesday night with your promotion. Cody, just because you got a promotion, don't big time me, right? You're one of the biggest PHL supporters. You not only hook me up with nice super chats, you also have really helped grow my channel because you actually rock my gear. Fred, I love it. Appreciate you, Cody. Well, all right, guys and gals, we will see you Tuesday night, and we will continue. Fred will be here. We know Ahmad for sure is going to be here. There's Johnny and Gail in Colorado. Johnny 5 is going to be here Tuesday night. And we'll see you then. It is Power Hour LSU. Boom. Once again, if you want a shirt, at Carter the Power is where you can find me on Twitter or Instagram. Send me a message. I'll hook you up with the shirt, a bunch of LSU cards. If you want booger bands, support the channel, get some merch, and oh, got some sushi tonight, Liz.